All right, guys, I did it. I left my microphone at home. So I'm just going to talk to you real quick here in the car. I'm at lunch. So, Deputy, you know who you are. Don't go, hey, you about to be on the clock? No, I clocked out because I'm at lunch. So, but no thanks, Doug Hutton has done an update. Now, they went to court this morning on the Antelope Valley Hospital case, Doug and AV. And they said they're going to fight it all the way. Now, I watched his live. I won't put a link to it here. I'm just going to tell you about it. And you can go to the No Thanks channel if you want to see. He's still live streaming, but I only watched like the first part to see what the update of the hearing was today. I guess it was an arraignment. Not sure. I'm not sure where they're at in the process. But from what it sounds like with No Thanks, that it sounds like there's a pre-trial hearing on February 20th. He said that's the next court date is February 20th. And it sounds like it's a pre-trial conference to go over the offer. Now, No Thanks, Doug Hutton said the offer on the table is 3 years probation, 20 hours of community service. The probation is a search and seizure probation. In other words, if they stop you, they can search you at any time. It's one of those probations where they say, come here, we're going to search you to see if you have anything. And that happens. You get those probations and you're fucked for 3 years. No going to Antelope Valley Hospital. What if they get sick or something? AV lives there. And no, so he might have to go to another hospital. And no public recording of any courthouses at all. Those are the conditions of the offer on the table. Those are the conditions of the parole, or the probation, is the 20 hours of community service, and you can be searched at any time for 3 years. That's the offer on the table. No Thanks said they're going to deny it and go with a pretrial. It sounds like is what it's going to be on February 20th. They said they've retained public defender counsel, which is smart. Look, you know what? I had a public defender. And the only thing they got me on was I yelled really loud at the cop, this is retaliation, you asshole prick. So they got me for 415 unreasonable noise. And I walked out with, that's it. Goodbye. See you. Have a nice life. Public defender got me that. So my attorney cost $50. So all these people that are asking for you guys to pay for $1,500 retainer, $800 retainer, $3,000 retainer. I'm like, just go with a public defender if you don't have the money. Stop getting other people to pay your legal costs. Although there are people that are willing to do that. But, and of course, in my case, the deputy didn't have what he wanted on me, except I yelled really loud. I could have fought that. I did have some stuff to fight with. I just didn't want to keep paying money for, because you'd have to pay the public defender for the next court date, and then I think the fees I looked at the San Bernardino County court fees. It was like $150 or $300 or $250, depending on what you were doing. I didn't want to fork out any more money. I just said, you know what? I'll take the 415 unreasonable noise, and you take the screw you, get lost. And I didn't mind taking the ride. Some people are going, yeah, but you had to take the ride. I kind of didn't mind that, only because of this. It didn't cost me anything, really. It didn't. I had my wife pick me up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever it was. And I gained knowledge through it that I'm able to help some of you who get in the same situation. I can say, this is how it works. See, so you always gain knowledge through that. Always make lemonade out of your lemons. But Doug, no thanks. I'm Hutton. Doug, I'm no thanks. And AV looks like they have a continuance on February 20th to go over an offer that's on the table. And they said they're going to, I'm no thanks. His response was, we're not a car dealership. We're not negotiating. This isn't a car dealership. We're going to fight this all the way to the end. I want to get from you guys an opinion. Here's what I want to get from you guys. 3 years probation with conditions of search at any time, 20 hours community service, no going to AV hospital anymore, and no recording or filming of courthouses, any courthouse, while on probation. It sounds like they got something on them. because that's a pretty effed up offer. That's not a light offer. That's not like, okay, 3 years probation, goodbye, and a $200 fine. No, they're freaking sticking it to them. Sounds like they got something on them. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Some of you are very well versed in the legal system too. You really are. I'm giving you guys kudos for that. If I read more and researched more, I probably could find out a lot of stuff. But you know what? I got so much freaking stuff going on. I rely on you guys. We're a team. And I mean that seriously. We are a team. Don't always get upset at me and go, well, you don't know. This is how it works. Of course I don't know, because I don't really have time to always read and research. And I got so much shit going on. I work 40-hour work week. Plus I got a family, stepkids, this. And so I rely on some of you to do that with me. Not for me, with me. We're a team. I really mean that we are a team. You guys are great. Some of you give me so much valuable information. I'm like, yeah, that's right. But before I close this, I want to throw in also, High Desert Community Watch did a video where he went and did an audit for a officer complaint at the CHP in Rancho Cucamonga. The sergeant was utmost professional. Kudos. I mean, in a CHP, they're 98% professional. The 2% are just because you're always going to get disgruntled some bitches, and they're always good. There's some people that just are not happy with life. They just don't. They're not going to be happy anyway. And that's your 2%. But CHP are really 98%, very professional. But I wanted to throw out there that for San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, here's how an internal affairs complaint works, in my opinion. And I've gone through the process. I filed an internal affairs complaint with San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Yucaipa Substation. San Bernardino County, what you have to do is you go online and you find the form. It sounds like this is the same way with the CHP from High Desert's video. High Desert Community Watch. And you go online and you either print the form, or I don't recall if you can complete the form online. I think you have to print it anyway. I printed it, and then with ink, you fill it out. And you can print 2, 3, 4 pages, however many you need. I did it all on one page. But you complete the complaint, whatever your complaint is. You complete this form that you printed from online. And then you put it in an envelope addressed to Internal Affairs in San Bernardino County, the sheriffs at the main station. I think it's on 3rd Street in San Bernardino. Well, one's on 3rd, one's on Rialto, and the one is San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and the one is Central Detention Center, the jail. And I always get confused. I think the jail is on Rialto Street, and the Sheriff's Department is on 3rd Street. Yeah, or vice versa. But anyway, I digress. So you send it to Internal Affairs there in San Bernardino. They go through your complaint. They refer it to a sergeant in the Galaxy. All right, so I go on. My alarm went off telling me I got to get back to work. But I'm going to continue with this. So that was my alarm saying, get back to work. Lunch is over. So you send in the complaint. They send it to a sergeant at the same police substation or sheriff's substation that the deputy you're complaining about is at. So in other words, a sergeant, I was complaining about a deputy in the Yucaipa police station, which is the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Yucaipa substation. They call them Yucaipa police because they're only contracted in the city of Yucaipa. So in essence, they're police. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So if they send it to the Yucaipa Police Department for those sheriffs, for a sergeant there to review the complaint about a deputy in his department, a subordinate. Yeah. We have investigated our own. And you have to go in and sit down with him, and he goes, okay, we're going to do a verbal interview on this complaint. And they talk to you about what happened, and I told him exactly the same thing that was on paper. I didn't go left, I didn't go right, left. I didn't expound. I said, whatever I put on paper, and I had remember what I wrote, I basically gave him that. Like, I didn't change anything. I didn't add stuff. I said, well, this is what happened. He goes, okay, but I mean, you put that down here. What about this? I said, yeah, that's okay. So everything on the paper that happened, I go, yeah, that's what I'm complaining about. Okay. So he sent it back to Internal Affairs, and an Internal Affairs reviewer there justifies it and says, no, the cop was right. Stop crying, bitch. And then you guys saw what I did. I took their letter that they said, well, we find that the cop was right. I used it as toilet paper and I wiped my ass with it. That's what I did. And that's what you should do too when they do that. But that's how it works. You print the form, fill it out, send it to Internal Affairs. They send it to a sergeant in the same department. He interviews you. He sends it back to Internal Affairs. They say, stop crying, bitch. And they justify the cop. So hope this helps you guys. Hey, Doug, no thanks. And AV Watchman, good luck, guys. I don't know, man. I want to hear in the comment section if you think they're in hot water. I mean, they already really are, sort of. They have to go to court again. But it sounds with that offer, it sounds like, I don't know, man, they might have something on them. Community Leo Watch, thanks for listening, guys. I'll talk to you later.